It's Friday, May 20th, I believe, and we're just about to head out on our little mini road trip to check out some cemeteries. We're heading to Regina, Saskatchewan, and yeah, it's a cloudy, rainy day, which is not fun, but hopefully by the time we actually get there, it will be sunny and we'll be able to check out some cemeteries. So I thought I would just start doing some recording, and yeah, we can just make this a little vlog style cemetery tour. So stay tuned and we'll see what we see. We are heading out on our trip and it is a rainy day. Here we go. All right, so we have decided to be uber Canadian and we picked up Tim Hortons, which I'm not gonna lie is the first time I've ever had coffee at Tim Hortons. I've had donuts obviously in the past, but this is the first time I've ordered a coffee. So that'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'll keep you posted on whether it's actually as good as all the rest of the Canadians say. So yeah, anyways, still raining, still don't have a selfie stick, but we're heading out. Coffee. What's my verdict? It's not the best coffee I've had in the world. It's not the worst coffee I've had in the world. It's somewhere in between. So, I mean, it's affordable. I guess that's a plus. But, yeah, it's alright. I'll finish it. The breakfast sandwich was good. Same with the hash brown. Not complaining about that. So we just arrived in Brandon, Manitoba. We've been on the road for about 3 hours and 15 minutes. Brandon, did you want to say hi to Brandon?
Welcome to Brandon. Apparently the place that I'm from, according to anybody who hears my name. So it's quite the spot. Yes.
So we are, we're just filling up for gas, and then we're going to keep hitting the road. It's been a very interesting drive between the rain and the snow, which is very frustrating. It's very windy, but yeah, so far so good. We're making really good timing. So yeah, I hope that it starts getting nicer out, because I really don't want to be checking out these cemeteries in pouring rain. So fingers crossed. I just ran outside to go into the gas station to go to the bathroom. Holy crap, is it cold outside? I cannot believe that it is May 20th and it's as cold as it is. I'm really glad that I brought some sweaters because I'm freezing. There's Brandon. All right, we're gonna hit the road again. We pulled off the side of the road because there looked to be this cute little church like just on the side of the road, so we were like, oh, maybe there's a cemetery here. We're still in Manitoba and we weren't going to actually stop at any cemeteries in Manitoba, but wow, is that snow?
I think that is.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it looks like we can't actually get in, but there it is. I don't know, looks kind of abandoned-y.
Yeah, it does.
All right, well, in any case, that is where, I don't even know where we are.
I'm not sure.
Hargrave, I think. Small little town. Gosh, okay. We're in Saskatchewan now. We've been on the road for about 4 3/4 hours. I'm freezing, my nose is all red. I am not dressed properly. You can see I have bare ankles. Wishful thinking, I guess. You would think in May that it would be okay enough to, dress a little bit warm, for warm weather. It is very windy and it's very cold, so I'm not going to stay out here very long, but I just wanted to stop and say we made it. Big semis. Probably can't even hear me. So we're in Moosomin, Saskatchewan, and we cannot find the cemeteries. Before I left, I wrote them down. There was 4. I'm looking on Google Maps to try and find them. They're not showing up. So we're literally driving down the very, very bad streets. There are so many potholes, but literally driving down the streets of Moosomin trying to find a cemetery, which is bizarre. We already made one stop in Fleming, Saskatchewan, and it was the same thing. Tried to find the cemetery, which, I mean, that town is so tiny, it's literally like blink and miss it. Could not find it, and it was not on the map either. And when I try to look online, it gives me coordinates. Like I know where I am on the earth by coordinates. Like I can't find, half the time I don't know whether I'm going south or west. It is now hailing. This is becoming an interesting trip, maybe.
Yeah, it's been very interesting. Very interesting so far.
Okay, so far, no cemeteries. We may not hit any cemeteries until we actually hit Regina, but we are definitely getting hail. This is bizarre.
Gotta love that.
Stay tuned. Success. We stumbled. South Cemetery. Honestly, this is a combination of sheer determination on Brandon's part, just driving around, and me opening up Google Maps and looking at aerial views to see if anything even looked remotely like a cemetery.
According to Google, this doesn't exist.
According to Google, there are no cemeteries in Moosomin, which is a blatant lie, because if you go to find a grave, there's like 4. And there's churches in this town.
It's a large site.
So there's gotta be. So we are in South Cemetery in Moosomin, Saskatchewan. So we're gonna do a little drive around and see what we can see. Okay, so I went out and filmed about 3 minutes before I was way too cold and I had to come in. Honestly, this weather is absolutely terrible. I was not expecting it to be snowing when we got out here. I'm very much not prepared for that. But we're gonna flip it around and we're gonna show you a little bit more of the cemetery. So, while I was looking at my phone as we were coming into Moosomin, looking for where the cemeteries are located, we literally drove right by a cemetery because we were not looking on the left-hand side of the, or the right-hand side of the road. We were looking on the left-hand side of the road for Moosomin. So, for whatever reason, my phone cannot find the cemeteries, but Brandon's can. So that's fun. So we have just arrived at what's called the North Cemetery, and
the destination is on your right, Moosomin Cemetery.
There you go. Apparently,
Arrived.
Siri knows that we're here, so we're gonna go check this one out. I'm happy because the sun's coming out. This is a really cool cemetery. I'm really glad that we were able to find it. It has a lot of really cool older cemetery or older headstones. And yeah, back there was very cool. So we're gonna see if we can find any of the other ones in this area. If not, we're gonna head out and keep driving. Oh my gosh, my nose is so red. Okay, maybe not turn here. I think we found another one.
Proceed to the route.
But it's telling us to pull into like
Proceed to the route.
literally into someone's driveway. So we're just backtracking because we think it might actually be a road right beside someone's driveway, the service road. So far the two cemeteries we've seen have been really cool. So we are going to, I think it's called Sunset Memorial, is that right?
In half a mile, turn
So,
right.
Siri, she's
Sunset
telling us what to
Memorial
do.
Gardens.
Sunset Memorial Gardens, okay. Which is just outside of Moosomin. It's probably considered still part of Moosomin. Yeah, they're going really well so far. What do you think, B?
Oh, it's been really interesting. The last cemetery was full of history. That one was really, really interesting.
Yeah.
I anticipate this one's probably going to be similar.
Yeah, I agree. We're driving by horses right now. I should probably try and take a video of them on the way back, but
There you go.
yeah. So we'll check this one out and then we'll be hitting the road again. Okay, so this is the Sunset Memorial Gardens. It is predominantly just like flat markers, so there's not really anything to take a video of, and is like hail / snowing pretty good. I don't really what this thing is at the end. It almost looks like somebody's like, I mean, it's not a house. I'm sure it's like somebody who just maintenances the cemetery, but there's literally nothing for us to even see. I think the headstones that are here are ones that are like either like for display or they're being serviced or something, because they don't even look like, well, maybe they are. Well, I don't know. There's like a lot of, there's like wood piled up on top of them. That's so bizarre. Anyways, as you can see, there's nothing to see because they are all flat markers and there doesn't appear to be a ton of them there. So we're just gonna call this another cemetery on the list, on the quest to 1,000, and just keep hitting the road. So we're just about 30 minutes from Regina, which is where we are stopping. I haven't really been filming much because there's not really much to see. It's just open land, farmland, and the occasional bits of trees. You can't even really even see like farming homesteads or anything. It's just land as far as the eye can see. So yeah, we are heading to Regina. We are almost there. Any thoughts, feelings, Brandon?
No, it's pretty generic, prairie.
You can see in the background there.
Yeah, it's just a lot of that. Nothing too exciting. So it'd be nice to get into Regina, do something a little more interesting. Just sit here.
Yeah. We do have obviously some cemeteries planned for Regina, so we might try and hit up one tonight depending on how the weather holds out. If not, we'll continue on tomorrow. And yeah, so you'll see probably some mixed bag of stuff maybe for the vlog. Who knows, maybe we'll film some non-cemetery things just to throw it in. So anyways, yeah, that's all there is in the background. Just open land, some trees. Very exciting. Alright, so we just got to the hotel room and we got a little microwave and fridge sprung for the suite, which, oh my gosh, huge desk. Looking pretty nice. Massive bed. Huge bathroom, oh my gosh. So yeah, finally made it. Now we get to relax for a bit and then head out again. Hello again.
Hi.
Where are we, B?
Looks like we are at the Northgate Mall in Regina.
Yep. We decided to skip some more cemeteries today because it is super windy. And yeah, go check out some malls.
Yeah.
And find some food and have a chill night.
I think that's the plan.
All right. So yeah, that's where we are. Maybe you'll see some mall footage. We'll see. It's pretty early in the morning still. We've already had breakfast. We had a good night's sleep, which was great. And it's sunny today, which is amazing. I hope it stays that way. We're going to head out later. I think we have got 3 or 4 cemeteries on the schedule for today. And then some just relaxing, maybe check out some different places around the city. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing today. But right now we are enjoying the sunshine.
As you can see, I'm almost kind of blinded here.
Almost blinded. And yeah, and then we're gonna head out. So just wanted to check in and let you know what's going on today. Last night we didn't do too much. We went to that mall, didn't film anything. There was really nothing to film. And then we just chilled and relaxed. All right, day 2, and we are headed to Riverside Memorial Cemetery, I believe it's called. We're still bundled up because it is still cold. It's 3 degrees
At the
Celsius.
light, turn left onto University Park Drive.
Siri interfering with my conversation here. It's 3 degrees Celsius. I'm gonna put the Fahrenheit on the screen somewhere. It's just above freezing, so it's actually quite cold. But it's sunny, so that's good at least. So we're heading there, and yeah, we'll check it out. Decide to make a stop at the Parliament building just to check it out because it's a beautiful sunny day, and yeah, there it is. Let's check it out. We're at the Regina Cemetery. They offer walking tours here. Not obviously today, there's nobody here, but we're gonna check out this area. A lot of really cool old headstones. So we're gonna check that out. Say hi, B.
Hi.
All right, let's go check it out. Victoria restaurant. I think it's Victoria's restaurant.
I think so.
Which apparently is recommended by some locals. So we'll check it out. Looks like it's like a pub style type of restaurant.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, your burgers, fries, and beer.
Yeah. So we're gonna go get some delicious food after a very busy morning of cemeteries and shopping. It's day 3, Sunday of our trip, and we are getting ready to go to Moose Jaw. Check out some cemeteries there. I think there's 3 or 4, so we're gonna have a look at those. We've hit all but one in Regina, which is just really close to our hotel, so we're not too worried about that. We're gonna hit that one on the way home tomorrow. So yeah, that's what's on the schedule today. Yesterday we had a totally chill evening, just relaxing from all the running around, and just watched some TV and relaxed, which was really nice. And today it is sunny. It's still very cold. It was in the minus temperatures this morning, which is ridiculous for this time of year, but whatever. Just do the best we can with what we have. And yeah, so we're gonna go head out to Moose Jaw, and that's about it. Ready to go check out a big moose?
Let's do it.
Okay, we made it to Moose Jaw, and this is the first cemetery on the stop. It is the Moose Jaw City Cemetery, I believe it's called. And it's kind of, you can't really drive in because it's all locked up, but we're gonna do a quick sweep and check it out and see what we have. Are just about pulling up to Rosedale Cemetery, and it is huge, so it's probably going to be another drive-through type situation because there's no way we could walk. We would need an entire day to walk this one. This one's actually quite big. Rosedale Cemetery is number 120 on the list.
Turn right, then arrive at your destination.
Oh, Siri, always got something to say. Yeah, so we're gonna drive through, and if I see any cool headstones, we'll pop out and maybe take a few videos of that. But otherwise, it looks pretty big, so let's check it out. Chinese lunch. Tim Hortons again. This is probably the most Tim Hortons I've ever had in my entire life. How's the sandwich tasting, B?
As good as a Tim Hortons sandwich is going to be, I guess.
Okay. So we've checked out 2 cemeteries. I think there are 2 just south of Moose Jaw. So we're going to check those out as well. And then I think we're heading back to Regina.
Oh, oops.
So apparently Moose Jaw has this seedy backstory. Apparently Saskatchewan was the first province in Canada to ban the private sale of alcohol. And then apparently all these tunnels were created. And they would have bootlegging and gambling and prostitution and drinking. And they actually had tunnels here, which apparently you can go on tours of. So this is downtown Moose Jaw. So yeah, that is that. So we did a little tour, well, a very small tour of downtown Moose Jaw, which apparently has this whole seedy underbelly that we did not know about. But we're not going to take the tour or anything. We've got more cemeteries to check out. But yeah, apparently it's like the little Chicago of the north or of Canada. I don't know.
Still, I would say, feels a bit sketchy, like back then. I feel
Yeah.
like some of that energy has never left. It's definitely a, I don't know. It feels a little greasy here in Moose Jaw. I don't know what to say. It's not the nicest little town I've been to, so I don't know.
No offense to anybody who watches this that's from Moose Jaw.
Not a horrible place. I mean, there's some nice old buildings, and people seem friendly enough. But it's just, I don't know,
Yeah, it's got that energy.
Yeah, I don't know, just something about it.
Seedy underbelly energy. Which it could just be because we're downtown and that's where all of this took place originally. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe it's all in our heads.
Maybe it's in our heads, but we're gonna go and check out the last 2. Well, I think there's only 1 cemetery. One of them apparently is closed on Sundays, which, how do you close a cemetery? But okay, whatever. So we may only have 1 more to check out in Moose Jaw, or just south of Moose Jaw, before heading back to Regina. And that would be tomorrow. We're heading home, back to Manitoba, back to Steinbach. I was gonna say back to Winnipeg.
Not quite.
Okay, we don't live there anymore.
Not quite.
So yeah, that is what we're up to. You ready to go, B?
Ready to rock.
Alright, so this cemetery is literally on the side of the highway and it's pretty sketch to get there. Brandon would literally have to drive down, I don't even want to call it a dirt road, it's not, it's literally like a field. So it's like some kind of pioneer cemetery. So I've left him in the car and we're going to check it out. So you probably can't even hear me because it's super windy, but it's in this little, I'm not even sure if I'll be able to get to it, to be honest with you. It's in there. See, this is, I mean, dirt road, but like, we weren't confident about him driving. I'm pretty sure I'm hearing gunshots too, which is really freaky. Let's just say I'm not feeling super confident about being out here right now. I mean, if it's gunshot, it's like hunting gunshot. I don't even know how we would get in there because there is a locked gate and there are no other visible roads to get to there. So we're gonna call this 121 and walk away from the gunshots because, again, I'm pretty sure it's just like farming stuff or I don't know. But there's not really any way to get in, and my self-preservation is saying move away from where you hear gunshots. Even if it is just like hunting or whatever, still, you know what I mean? Not cool. But in any case, I'm literally in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, 121. I think it was called Pinewood. Sometimes they're a crapshoot. You never know what you're going to go to, especially these ones that are in the middle of nowhere, which this one definitely is. Alright, so that did not work out the way I thought it was going to work out. That one was supposed to be open 24 hours as opposed to the other one that was supposed to be closed, but it was literally like a couple benches, probably some really flat gravestones because I couldn't even see anything from where it was on that dirt road. And it was all like padlocked, so I couldn't even get into it. And again, like I could hear gunshots, which I'm pretty sure was either like a shooting range or someone hunting or, you know, whatever. Like I obviously wasn't worried about getting mugged in the middle of the field or anything, but yeah, just literally there was no way to get in there. So and even if I had got in there, I don't think there would have been much to see. It's probably, I think it was called Pine Grove, not Pinewood, but one of those like pioneer cemeteries that they probably don't use anymore. So that was unfortunate because, you know, I don't even know if I really want to call it a cemetery. I mean, I sort of saw it from a distance, but we're gonna head back to Regina and leave Moose Jaw behind.
Use the left lane to make a U-turn at
We're
9th
making a
Avenue
U-turn
Southwest.
to head back to Regina. So we're gonna go do that. We are in downtown Regina. We decided to stop at another comic book shop called Comic Readers, which we checked out at a different location yesterday, and it was really cool. So here we are. Downtown Regina. So we're gonna go check this out and see if they have anything cool. To check out the last cemetery in Regina. We were going to wait till tomorrow morning to do it on the way home, but then I was kind of worried that maybe they'd be closed because we're planning on leaving pretty early tomorrow. So we're going to go check that out and see, although I suspect that there's not going to be a whole lot to film. From what I've seen from us driving by, it looks like a lot of just flat stones, so it might just be another drive-through, but we are going to check it out and see what's there. And if there's anything interesting, we'll get out, and if not, we'll just do a drive-through. sadly nothing to look at here. Well, I mean, not nothing. There was a few headstones, but most of them were the flat stones. Very well maintained though. Looks really pretty. And they had some bridges and things like that, but nothing old. Looked pretty new, and yeah, just those flat stones, which are, I mean, they're low maintenance. I get why they're doing that. It seems to be very popular. Certain funeral homes / cemeteries, they kind of do the all-in-one situation. They tend to do those. This road is very bumpy. The roads in Regina, terrible. So that was 122, and that will be our last one for today. Tomorrow we're heading back to Manitoba, and there are a few more cemeteries to hit up that we skipped on the way out, so we're going to hit those ones on the way back, and depending on how those go, we may hit up a few extra in Manitoba. We'll see. And if not, if we run out of time, we'll just do those another day. But yeah, so what do you think of the trip, B?
That was good. Yeah, I mean, there's lots to see. Some pretty neat cemeteries and things to do out here. So, you know, it's Regina. It's nothing, you know. Again, it's not like, you know, I've said before, it's not like you're in Hollywood or anything like that. But
no,
you know, or anywhere exotic. But it's a fun little place to go. There's enough to do for a weekend getaway.
Yep. And I think we both agree that our favorite cemetery so far is the one in Moosomin that had the kind of like off behind where all the headstones were like in the trees, and
oh yeah,
that one was super cool.
That one was awesome.
There is one that we had stopped in, but that we end up leaving right away because we just were running out of time. We're gonna hit that up on the way home, and that one had some potential to be some.
That one looked actually pretty interesting.
Yeah. So far it was the one in Moosomin, which I think was North. Might have been North Cemetery. So I think that's what it's called. You would have seen it in this video. Yeah. So that's it. Now we're heading back to the hotel to relax because we have an early day tomorrow for the end of day 3, and tomorrow will be day 4, heading home. Good morning. Today is Monday, and it is day 4 of our trip. We are heading back to Manitoba, but we're going to make a few stops along the way. I counted up my cemeteries this morning and realized that I counted wrong. Typical. Me and math, not so great. So I've actually we're up to 123. I thought we were at 122, but it's because one of the cemeteries was one of those ones we couldn't really get into, so I must have just forgot or something. Anyways, I think we have maybe 3 cemeteries to hit on the way back. I think that's about it. Unless we see something, that would be awesome. But some of these cemeteries that I looked up before we left, they're not appearing on the map, and I just can't be bothered to try to explore these small towns in the middle of nowhere. So we'll hit up the ones that we can find, and that's about it. And then we're on our way home.
Just like that.
Yeah, after a really nice trip, a nice getaway. So let's check out the first one. I think it's called Balgony. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but let's say Balgony Cemetery. Cemetery. This is 124 on the list. Let's go check it out. see at that one, but we did a little bit of filming. The next one is a random cemetery that we drove by on the way out. We don't really know what it's called. We just remember there was a sign for the town Somerbury. So we're gonna look for that and then hopefully see it. And then after that there's Wapella, and then I think that's it until, well, I think that's it for this whole trip. Which means I'll get up to 126, which is pretty good. That'll be 12 cemeteries on this trip, which I think would be considered a success. What do you think, B?
I would definitely say so. There's a lot of cemeteries to see, and plus we did other things as well, so it's a nice mix of seeing different attractions and stuff. So
yeah. So we're gonna head out and try and find that one that we drove by randomly and see what it's called. All right, we actually just found another cemetery that we were not planning on finding in the town of Wolseley, I think it's called. We almost missed it. I just happened to look to the right and just saw it. So it's just kind of off to the side of the highway. So unscheduled cemetery stop. I love those ones. I love when they're right on the highway because they're just easy to just get in and out, and it looks like, I think the sign said it was a Roman Catholic cemetery, so it didn't look too big. We'll just check it out and see what's going on. And then there's another one coming up that's just around Somerbury, so yeah, we'll just go have a look through and see what we can see. Cemetery of the tour, unless something randomly pops up along the way. But we are at Wapella Cemetery in Wapella, Saskatchewan. I hope I'm saying that right. And yeah, we're gonna check this one out, and then this could be our last one, unless we see something else. decided to stop at the Manitoba border, well, Manitoba-Saskatchewan border, to get out and take a picture of the Manitoba sign, because we've never done that before. We always stop at the Saskatchewan one and always take a picture there, but we never stop at the Manitoba one. So we're just waiting for some people to get back in their car, and then we're gonna go out and take some selfies at the Manitoba border.
Yeah.
The sign that looks like it's got a bunch of stickers on it, so we'll take a picture of that too. It's very windy in the prairies. There's Brandon. He's emptying garbage. It went from being very sunny and warm to cloudy and windy and cold. That's the prairies, folks. If you don't like the weather, wait 2 seconds. It'll change. Here's us at the border.
I don't know what to say. All right.
We're back in Brandon, Manitoba, just filling up with gas, and then we have probably another 3.5 hours to go before we get home. And I'm having a hard time not falling asleep because I'm just so cozy and sleepy from the drive. It's always feels so much longer to get home than it is to go where you're going, I guess, because you just want to get home and you want to be back, and yeah, so. But we're here in Brandon, just filling up. Brandon's filling in Brandon. Same gas station as we went to when we went out. And yeah, trip's almost over. I'm a bit sad, but it was a good time, and I'll be happy to go back home and just chill out. So we are finally home, and I'm greeted to some absolutely beautiful flowers. Look at those. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at these ones. Anyways, I just want to say thank you for joining me on this little tour, and I hope you enjoyed the video. We had a lot of fun. It was great just to get away and yeah, and see some new cemeteries and see, you know, a different province. I'm happy it's a lot greener than it was when I left, which is always a good thing. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. There will be cemetery videos coming. I'm going to do a lot more road trips this year, so stay tuned.